Guess what kind of soup we're making today? Cheeseburger soup. And my helpers are here today, of course. Coco, Cash. Hi, Cash. Cash is camera shy. And Cheeto, are you coming to join us? I'm cutting up carrots today. So of course there will be a carrot tax that needs to be paid. All right, what's in the soup? Here's what we've got in the soup today. We've got hamburger, bacon, onions, carrots, potatoes, some milk, some Velveeta type cheese, and some tomatoes. And pickles. We're definitely going to add pickles to cheeseburger soup. Someone stole the carrot tax. Taxation is theft. There you go. You stealer. Here, do you want yours? There you go, bud. Something that I have failed to explain to you is that when you are peeling carrots, taking the ends off, dealing with onions, celery, any of that, all of the scraps that come with that, you should save in a jar like this. This jar right here, put all my scraps in it, all the ends of my stuff. When I get the onions and everything cut, I will put the peels and the ends from that. I save this in my fridge, covered, and when it gets full, I use these scraps to make veggie broth. I should make a video about that. Look at all that good stuff in there. All the peels, that's gonna make some awesome broth. So there we go, we've got our bacon and our hamburger all browned up. I did drain that because of the bacon. So we've got that in there, and now we're gonna add the onions and the carrots, and also the potatoes. Stir that up. I am gonna add a couple cups of beef broth to this, which doesn't seem like enough, but we are gonna be adding milk and cheese to it later, as well as some diced tomatoes, so there will be way more liquid in this, so don't worry about that. We are gonna cover this and let it simmer for a little while to get those vegetables tender, and then we will move on to the next step. Looking good. You should always sing to your soup. You are such a beautiful soup. I can't wait to eat you up. That's the secret to making good soup, y'all. Now you know. All right. Looking like it's time to do the next step here. So we are going to add tomatoes, and we are going to add some milk. I don't know the amounts. This is one of those soups where you just add it till it looks good. So that's what we're gonna do. You're gonna have a very tomatoey cheeseburger, which is kind of funny because I don't like tomatoes on my cheeseburger. And then we are going to add milk. And this might just be what was left in this container of milk. I think that looks good, don't you? I guess it has to be, because that's all the milk we have. Get this heated up again now that we added the cold milk. Obviously don't want this to boil anymore really, because now we've added the milk. And then in a little bit we'll add the cheese and any spices we think we need. This soup recipe I actually got a gazillion years ago. It was in a little newsletter that our local farm store used to put out when they were much smaller, and the recipe really wasn't a recipe at all, which I appreciate because that's how I cook, not really, you know, with specific recipes. But I do gotta tell you, the original recipe for this that was in the newsletter had 2 sticks of butter in the soup. So I remember the first time we made it, it was swimming in butter at the top. And y'all, I love butter. So, I mean, I'm not against butter, but there is something about opening a soup and having like this much butter at the top. So then we had to modify the recipe, which really wasn't a recipe. It was just a conglomeration of ingredients, and here maybe use this much. But the butter was very specific. 2 sticks of butter in this soup. What? That's the history of what I know about this soup. All of that to say, when you're making a soup, take the ingredients, add stuff till it looks good. That's how we cook here at Clucky Dickens Farm. Alright, it is starting to get warmish, so I'm just about ready to add the cheese. But before I do that, I'm gonna taste test. Needs a little something. I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt, some pepper, what else do I have back here? I'm actually gonna go with a little onion powder, even though there's onions in there. I think we'd need to just jazz this up a little bit. And then a bunch of garlic. Stir that in a little bit. Let it do its thing while we cut up some cheese to put in here. All right, I'm going to start with about half a pound of this pasteurized cheese product. This is actually Bongards, because I actually like this product from Bongards. So we're gonna drop that in there, stir it up and see what I think. I might add the whole other half pound, but we'll see what happens. All right, melty, melty. Let's taste this again. Cheese is melted in. I'm gonna taste this. Yummy. I think the half a pound of cheese is going to be plenty. There's part of me that wants to put the whole other half a pound in there because I don't know what else we're gonna use it for, but we're just gonna go with this. Now we're going to add pickles because a cheeseburger isn't a cheeseburger without pickles. Stir them in. I think this looks delightful. Whew, that's hot. Oh, but it's delicious. It's so good. This is the part of the video where you just watch me eat my soup. It's not awkward, don't worry about it. Change up the ingredients however you want, change the ratios, make this your cheeseburgery soup that is the cheeseburger you want to eat. I feel like I'm spilling this soup. So good.